Hi, welcome. It's Jackie from Cambridge Safety. Welcome to one of our short Take 5 presentations on workplace health and safety. In this short presentation, we're going to have an overview of human factors in health and safety, and based on the structure in the Health and Safety Executive Guidance Note, HSG 48. We've done some other ones on these separate factors, but this is just an introduction to human factors in health and safety. Normally, if you look at the HSE publication, you'll usually see three circles. I've just varied it. So we've got it's human factors in health and safety. And the perspective is, what are the factors that are likely perhaps to lead to a person making a mistake, violating a rule, making an error, and subsequently having an accident or an incident. So even though it's called human factors in health and safety, it doesn't just cover human factors. It's environmental, organisational, job, and individual factors. So we've subdivided them. We've got individual, things about you, me, and the person involved in the accident or incident. Organisational, things about the company, how it manages health and safety, that can contribute to human error and violations. And task factors. And even though it's headed task factors, sometimes it's also known as job factors. Task factors include the job itself and how it's being done, workplace issues, but also things about work equipment and machinery. So what we're really interested in is all these individuals, but the reason they're sometimes shown as three overlapping circles is really where they overlap. That's where all the potential for error, violations, and accidents occurs. So quick potty tour. We'll start with you, me, and individuals. These factors are not right, wrong. We're just all a little bit different, and they can contribute to human error and failure. So our perception, how we make sense of reality, whether it's things we see, the way that we hear things, the way that we perceive them. Three people could see the same situation, but their perception of what happened is very different. We have different perceptions of risk and risk levels. Our personality, again, not right, not wrong, just different. You might have an introvert who didn't like to mention that the machine wasn't working correctly. You might have an extrovert who actually thinks, well, it's okay, I know best, I'll just give it a go anyway. People's attitude, a preconceived idea of how a situation is going to develop. People might have a positive attitude to health and safety or a negative attitude to health and safety. Motivation, the force that drives you to act or react in a different way. And again, if you're on a piece rate for your bonus, then that might motivate you to work faster and break the rules. But if you're motivated by perhaps promotion or a manager saying well done and thank you, as I say, that might motivate you to do the right thing. Our intelligence, our aptitude. We can train everybody to drive a forklift truck, but not everybody's going to have an aptitude for it. Our mental capabilities and memory. We train people in safe systems of work and procedures. We expect them to remember some of those things. And equally, some of those need to be enhanced by checklists and things like that. So memory, mental capabilities can lead to error. Equally, our physical capabilities, we're all built differently. We all can take a certain amount of different physical activity. But if we get tired, we might not then concentrate. We might get more fatigued. We might not do something correctly. But equally, our culture, social background, where we've been brought up, how we've been brought up in different countries, different parts of the world, there are different expectations of how people behave. That could have an impact and lead to error or even violations. Our age, as we get older, we tend to get a bit more careful about what we do, whereas perhaps younger people, their perception of risk is different. They don't feel they feel more invincible, perhaps. Equally, our gender, between males and females, we may found our perception of risk, how we deal with people, our communication skills, our levels of testosterone are different. So it can have an impact on health and safety standards. So we're all different. We've got individuals at work. Then we've got our job and task factors. Things like equipment design. If it's not designed logically, you might accidentally press the wrong button. Poor ergonomics if you've got to stretch or reach or twist. Damaged equipment. So the equipment was started off fine, but actually it's been damaged, it's defective, it's poorly maintained. That can lead to errors, violations, and accidents. But not just the equipment, about the actual task. Is the task done logically? If its task is poorly designed, it can have problems associated with it. Equally, if we're constantly being disturbed or interrupted, if it's very noisy, or people keep interrupting us by a mobile phone or pages, you forget where you are, you make a mistake. We might have a safe system of work, but it might be out of date. It might not be very clear. It might have not been updated. These are job factors, task factors that can lead to human error, mistakes, and violations. Equally, high workload, unrealistic targets and objectives. It might encourage us to break the rules. Job factors also, though, includes workplace issues, heating, lighting, noise, lack of space. These can all contribute to human error. Lastly, then, we've looked at the individual, we've looked at the job. Think about the company. This is the company as a whole. And most of these things, not being funny, to contribute to human error, they may normally have the word lack of or no in front of. So lack of senior management commitment, if they're not bothered about safety and health issues, no one else will be. We might have a policy and a procedure for health and safety, but yeah, it's just a bit of paper, don't really follow it, or it hasn't been updated. Poor health and safety culture or a blame culture. So we blame everybody, we blame individuals when things go wrong. Peer group pressure as well. I know they told you to do it that way, but this way's easier, this way quicker. And if that's the norm within the organisation, it can cause problems. Poor levels of communication, that can be from top down, but also sideways and upwards as well. If we rely on the grapevine, then that's not going to be accurate. Lack of workplace consultation. We know if people are involved and asked about things, they tend to be able to, one, give us some good ideas, but also more receptive when we actually implement them. So organisational conflicts between different departments, different areas, safety and security, health and safety and environment, these conflicts can lead to problems. The company not putting their money where their mouth is, not putting adequate resources into health and safety, that could be investment in machinery, that could be not investing in experienced and training for staff, but it could also be, the job is meant to have 6 people on the production line, but we've only got 4. So those things could all have an impact. Lack of monitoring. So we may be not doing audits, inspections, or tours, or we are doing them, but we're not actually learning the lessons. We're not doing anything as a result. From an organisational perspective, perhaps the organisation is more reactive. They only deal with things when they've gone wrong. Oh, now we'll repair the machine, rather than doing some planned preventative maintenance. So a quick potted tour about HSG 48 and human factors in health and safety. It's Jackie from Cambridge Safety. Thanks for watching and listening. It's Cambridge Safety, www.cambridgesafety.co.uk.